that I could say what. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Stress goes from 0 to 200. Like, there's a bunch of shit in this game that can stress them out. Even just walking down the hallway can stress them out to, like, taking stress attacks or not eating. Everything in this game gives stress, basically. At 100 stress, they get a stress check, which basically means they have a 75% base chance to get an affliction, or a 25% chance to turn virtuous. You can just think of it as, like picture in League, when, like, your carry, right, gets flamed by the enemy team after dying, and then they suffer a mental break, and they start flaming the rest of the team, calling them trash, and, like, saying that they're doing all the work, and why are you, like, going side laning when we should all be grouping? You know, like, if you've ever, like, I'm sure you've been in that position, when your carry is, like, having a mental breakdown, you already know it's over. That's the idea. That's, like, the whole idea.
I like that explanation.
But on the flip side, they can also become virtuous, which is when, in the face of overwhelming stress, they steel themselves and become, like, courageous, which can, like, lead to, it can basically turn the fight, basically. So, like, when you're afflicted, the way that the game applies this is that there are, like, different kinds of afflictions, and they're all random. Like, they can become hopeless, which, like, it affects their behavior and their stats. All of them affect behavior and stats in different ways. So, like, when they're hopeless, they'll cower in fear, or not cower in fear, but, like, they'll just say shit like, oh, there's no way that we'll win this, and they'll stress out the rest of the team. They might refuse heals, because they're like, what's the point of even fighting back? We're just gonna die anyways, don't heal me, you know? Shit like that. Another affliction, fearful, they will actively try to run away, or just refuse to attack because they're afraid. So, like, it's really bad if it's a frontliner, because they'll just start automatically moving, taking their turn, trying to go to the back of the line to get away from the danger. There's also, like, not actually suicidal, but if fearful makes them run away, there's another one that, like, makes them more suicidal, where they just run forward to the front of the line. Also quite annoying.
Any other noticeable ones?
There's abusive. Abusive is annoying. That's the League of Legends equivalent, where they, like, they actually just start hitting your other party members and flaming them. Like, instead of hitting enemies, they'll just take their turn and instead just, like, straight up hit the teammates, and it does full damage, and depending on, like, the character, it also does, like, various debuffs and shit. Like, if Mason was to become abusive and he hits someone, they'll become marked. But if someone, like, Crimson Flow hits someone, they'll bleed. You know, it depends on the character what happens. Sometimes it's like a speed debuff or whatever. They're all thirsty.
I wasn't paying attention. What about being abusive?
And it's a League of Legends equivalent of, like, just beating your teammates and flaming them in chat, giving them more stress because they're being beat on and getting called shit. On the flip side, if they can also become virtuous, which happens when it's a 25% chance. So, like, base, like, there are different traits and shit that can change this. But base chance, when you hit 100, there's a 25% chance to turn virtuous, or a 75% chance to get an affliction. If virtuous on everything I just said about the afflictions, all negative, pretty much. But if you get virtuous, their stress immediately gets cut by, like, 3/4. So, like, they go from 100 to 25, and then they become, like, just like how there's multiple types of afflictions, there's also multiple types of virtuous, such as focused, which gives them, like, increased accuracy and crit chance. There's courageous, which gives them, like, protection, and they, like, embolden the rest of their allies, saying, like, positive things, like, hey guys, we got this, have no fear, shit like that. Virtuous is always nice. And then, but, like, that it is on the rare side. Obviously it's a 1/4 chance at 100 stress. And then I said it was 0 out of 200. Past 100 stress, obviously you're gonna have an affliction. But if, for example, you keep gaining stress damage at 200 stress, your hero can no longer take it, and they will have a heart attack. Which completely, it removes all of their health and puts them on death's door. So even if they have, like, 60 or so HP, they get 0 on their death's door. And if they are on death's door and they get a heart attack, it's instant death.
Have you anything about the death door can you?
Just give them a single HP from any source, and then they won't be on death's door. The way that death's door works is that they go on death's door on 0 HP, and then you can actually see here, resistances, death blow. It basically means that on death's door, this guy, he has an 85% chance to survive a hit, which means there's a 15% chance that he'll die if he gets hit on 0 HP. This guy, I literally built him so that he can take hits on death's door, but most other characters, they aren't like that. It's more like a 2/3 chance, so there's like a 1/3 chance that they'll die. So if they're on 0 HP and they take a hit, there's a third of the chance they'll just straight up die. But that also means that it doesn't matter how strong the attack is. If they're on 1 HP and they take an attack that does like 50 damage, it won't kill them. They'll just put them on death's door. And then the second attack that comes on death's door, that's what kills them. But if you can manage to heal them somehow in between those two attacks, give them 1 HP, just has to be 1, they'll get off death's door. You might be thinking, that's pretty broken, right? But here's the thing, every time that they go on death's door, they suffer some crazy debuffs. So each time they go on death's door, they get less max HP, less accuracy, less damage, and it stays for the entire quest. So, like, there's only one way to remove it, and that's through camping skills. So I don't know, yeah. A second fucking crocodilian? Dude, this is the second crocodilian I've seen in this quest. I thought it was supposed to be like a mini-boss.
Wait, tell me about the lore of the crocodilian.
No idea. I think it was just a crocodile that,
It also looks part insectoid, doesn't it?
yes, that's part of, like, the Crimson Curse thing. It's like, it's vampiric and, like, insectoid thing. I really don't know. Yeah, I guess so if I don't cure them.
Wait, difficult lore. Can you tell me some profound information about such things?
I can try to see.
Are you actually trying to say insectoid if you don't cure it?
No, if you don't cure it and you don't give them blood, they'll just die.
They don't get that
No. I mean, these guys, lore-wise, they've had this curse untreated for decades. Decades upon decades. You can't. That's the thing. Once they have it, they have it.
The one you have it.
It's not something that I can choose to get. It's basically a disease slash curse.
You know the
Um,
all the time card game.
Once they have it, they can't get any other diseases. It takes up the slot. But you can imagine it's pretty bad. It's mostly debuffs and buffs. I mean, like it's. I guess the idea is that it alternates between debuffs and buffs depending on like if they're passive, craving, wasting, or bloodlust, and it changes between those four moves.